Go ahead, sir.
The next thing is, this can't be built without sewers. Am I right? They made the statement. If you were at their meetings, they cannot build this without sewers.
Okay.
So if you rezone this and let them build that, that means you're going to bring sewers in. So then what happens to the rest of Fairfield Road when you bring them sewers in?
Mr. Mayor?
Hold on. Yeah, but let's not.
I just want to, just so we're clear, MAC's application is not before this governing body.
Right.
I really want to make sure that everybody understands that. Any application that is proposed by any property owner in the SED zone for this use would have to go before the planning board. I'm just want to make sure that we're clear about that.
Well,
And the 208 plan's not before the governing body right now. It's been said numerous times that our sewer plan, which is our 208 plan, okay, ends at the railroad tracks on Fairfield Road.
so,
That's why the Toll Brothers complex, which has been approved, was approved a couple of years ago by the planning board, had to be on 2-acre sites because there is no sewer there on Fairfield Road where Toll Brothers is building. Did you know that?
no.
Okay.
But I
There is
did know that there's
sewer.
no sewers planned for our area. On the opposite side of the railroad tracks, am I right?
Sir, you just said a generic question to me. All I said to you was we're not here to talk about the 208 plan or alter the 208 plan, which is our sewer plan. The sewer plan ends at the railroad tracks.
Right.
Nothing else is approved for sewer beyond the railroad tracks.
Okay. But we were told by MAC that they could never build this unless they have sewers.
Correct.
Wait, Mayor, I just want to correct, the SED zone is in the 208 plan.
The SED zone is in the 208
But the
plan. I know that
ARE
it stops at the railroad tracks coming south.
All right,
on
and
Fairfield
the ARE 6 zone is not in the 208. I think that's what this gentleman was trying to say.
Okay. I'm not, I don't know why you're, okay, just go whatever you want with the 208 plan.
It's just that
208 plan, I know stops at the railroad tracks.
Right. My just concern was that they want the sewers. And if they can't build this thing without the sewers, and there's no plans for putting sewers there, then what's going to happen? They're going to come in with something else and try to build on this rural agricultural natural resource protection zone, which is, that's what it is now. I mean, 80% of it, rural agricultural natural resource protection, not SED zone. There's only about 15 acres of this whole piece that you're all talking about that is zoned SED. So I think you need to do your homework. Thank you.
Thank you. Drew Madsen? Cheryl Gambarella?
Good evening, Cheryl Gambarella, 66 Newbury Road. Mayor and Council, as you know, I'm Cheryl, and I'm the president of the Howell Chamber of Commerce. As you also know, we've come before you before about this project with MAC, and I've also spoke to you before about soaring, bringing in ratables, trying to help people out in Howell for their taxes so that they don't keep on going up and up, and we can offset them. I know we've had people talk here tonight about small business and it may put them out, but you know, we've had the Walmart come in, the Targets, and you know, we still have a lot of small businesses in Howell, and you know, there's always room for small businesses also. And I just want you to, you know, listen to what we've also said about we need some good businesses in here. For many, many years, I had to take my kids out of Howell and spend $1,200 a year to bring them to Atlanta Club and clubs like that. We are a huge community that needs a project like this in Howell. I mean, there are many, 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 many families here that could really use this project. And I just don't think that we should decide who can afford it, who can't. I mean, it's just not for Colts Deck. I mean, there's affordable I'm sure they're going to have affordable things for our children in Howell also. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Rob DeCastro.
Rob Nicastro, 28th Street Bank. I just hit me. Oh, God. First, let me thank you for the kind words with the planning board members. A lot of work does go in on serving on the planning board, a lot of homework. And
We appointed you, correct?
you did. I
Were
thank
you
you very much.
professional when we appointed you,
I
Mr.
was not.
Pastor?
I was not.
Okay, I wanted to know. I would have hoped it would have been on your resume.
No, I was not. But I do a lot of homework. Mayor, council, here's the problem. This is not about anti-business. This is not about recreation. It's not about rateables. We fail, and you fail, when we don't educate the public properly, okay? We can make very subjective arguments, good rateable, bad rateable. For instance, how many businesses open? Going to be a good rateable. The businesses don't, get their tenants in, they go to the tax assessors and they ask for a reduction in their tax rates. So that's a subjective argument. We could talk about recreation needs. We have plenty of recreation needs. There's so many subjective things. The big picture here is, and municipal land use talks about this very clearly, the land. I didn't create this land. I didn't create this lot, nor did you. God created it. This is not about one shoe fits all. Good project, wrong piece of property. Maybe not even the wrong place, wrong piece of property. The environmental constraints on it. I didn't put the stream on that lot. God put it there. I didn't put unique soils there that the state recognizes. God did. I didn't make it a PA5 area. I could appreciate Councilman Vislaki, Mrs. Clark, Mrs. Dalton. We all sat on the planning board. You know how much goes into it. We understand the bigger picture. We're not explaining the bigger picture. It's either we're anti-business, we don't want recreation, but we're not talking about the land of the lay of the land. That's the issue here. The land of the land, the lay of the land. Okay? We could talk about rezoning other areas, why the county preserved open land space there. This is what God created. This is a sensitive piece of area. Okay? And this is all being driven by an application who wants to build on his piece of property that the land dictates it shouldn't be. You want to take for granted that you open up the water faucet and water's going to come out? We could build anywhere by right, but that doesn't make it right. We all wear clothes. We don't put them in the shower, we put them in the closet. That's the right place. That's what this whole issue is about. Not producing for some, all these innuendos, we're not explaining it. Municipal land use talks about why we zone. We all know, Mr. Memblo's never sat on the planning board. I give him a pass, because you don't understand land use, I know that. But we talk about, we don't deny, and he didn't, I see your face,
Okay.
but what I want to, let me just finish. We can't deny applications for traffic patterns. We always can deny for environmental constraints, because that's what municipal land use recognizes, environmental constraints, okay? Your planner's report was flawed, okay? It only you want to know why it was flawed?
Hold on, you said,
The Melvin Group's report was flawed. Many of the examples people gave you, they didn't examine the other lands. We threw in lots 701. There was a map given out at the planning board. It's all wetlands, other than what's built on it, 1 acre. The rest of it is all wetlands.
Can I interrupt you for a minute, because you have been on the planning board for several years, and even if it's environmentally sensitive,
Yes.
whether it's ARE, whether it's HD, whether it's SED, whether it's zoned, whatever, the environmental restrictions on that land are going to prohibit or preclude development on those sensitive areas, correct?
Correct to an extent.
So right now, we're
Because-
talking about the stream